now new this morning, Truman State University in Kirksville will be hosting a Remembrance Day on January 28th for a 100-year anniversary of the big fire 1924. But not very many people know about a smaller fire that happened 6 years earlier in the events that led up to the big blaze. Our Sinclair sister station's Hagen Zinnecker has more.
The Truman State University campus today covers multiple city blocks and comprises many buildings. However, at the turn of the 20th century, the campus only consisted of a couple of structures and went under a different name, Missouri State Normal School.
There was the main original building, the first Baldwin Hall, and then attached to it on one side was a library building, on the other side a science building.
Before the big fire of 1924, there was a much smaller blaze in the science building that occurred in 1918. After the damage was repaired, some precautions were put into place.
In 1918, there had been a fire of the science building, so they installed some fire doors, so should that happen in the future, it would protect the rest of the campus. Ironically, in that 1924 fire, it was those fire doors that saved the science building from burning down.
These buildings were built before electricity was widely available, but as time progressed, the structures were retrofitted to allow for electric lights and appliances. These early electrification projects often resulted in fires, and is one of the plausible causes for the 1924 blaze.
In many ways, you have to look at these fires as a product of their time, right? You had a 1873 building retrofitted with electricity, so in some ways you had a tinderbox waiting to go. So there's any number of reasons it could have happened. But when you look at the history of a lot of buildings at that time, fire protection was a real concern, and that's why modern buildings are built to tougher standards to make sure that safety's a top priority.
Early fires, like the one in 1924, would pave the way for better safety regulations, as well as refining building codes to prevent future blazes.